The second thing that you need to know is not all alcohol is created equal. Now, what do I mean by that? What I mean is we have what we call standard drinks. So when you're drinking, different alcohol have different percentages, and so in order to say you can have this many drinks in this amount of hours and have this certain BAC, you need to know what we mean by we say a standard drink. So let's go over what that is. A standard drink of beer is a 12-ounce bottle. They're really easy to count when you get them out at the bar or anything. It's just one bottle of beer, that equals one standard drink. So when you're talking about malt liquor, they have a little bit more alcohol in them than others. So you need like an 8 to 9 ounce of malt liquor if you're talking about that. Now, when it comes to wine, you can have less amount of wine for a standard drink. That's about 4 to 5 ounce glass of wine. When they fill it up, it's about at the halfway mark in a glass. That's a standard drink of wine, and that's usually at about 12% alcohol. Now, a standard shot is 1.5 ounce. Pretty little as compared to a 12-ounce bottle of beer. And that is liquor that's only 80 proof. So obviously, if you're getting something like Bacardi 151, that's even less than 1.5 ounce shot to be considered a standard drink. So those are really important to know when you're trying to know how many drinks that you're going to have in the night. You need to count your standard amount of drinks, and this is what they are. So, if you're going to keep drinking and you want to use a solo cups can be good and they can be bad. So, as you can see, a solo cup has little line ridges on them at different areas. So, the area at the top, right before you get to the top of the brim, there's a little line, as you can see on this slide, and that is how much a 12-ounce beer would be in the solo cup. It's usually pretty good to drink beer with solo cups because, again, they're easy to count. You fill it to the top, you know how much you're getting. It's about one standard drink of beer. So there's another line more towards the bottom that represents 5 ounces, and that's how much you pour your wine to. Wine, it can be good or bad to use with a solo cup. It's definitely bad if you fill up your wine to the top brim where you would your beer in your solo cup because that's more than one standard drink. That might be about 2 or 3. And then at the very, very bottom, that's where the 1 ounce line is. And so if you're going to drink liquor and put it in a solo cup, it's very hard to measure a standard drink when you're doing a solo cup with liquor. So, for instance, if you're out at a party and somebody hands you a solo cup that's filled with some type of mixed drink, I don't know, like jungle juice, some type of punch, I don't know. They're usually mixed half with liquor and half with whatever that other mix is. Now, why is that a bad idea to drink that solo cup? Because it has way more than just one standard drink in it. It might have anywhere from 5 to 8 standard drinks in that one solo cup, depending on what type of liquor they mix with it. So you have to be very careful when using solo cups and liquor. With beer, it's a little bit easier because you can count it simply. It goes all the way to the top. Wine, it still is good as well, but with liquor, we really recommend that you might not do that, or at least think about that when you're going to drink a solo cup with a mixed drink. So, I bet you didn't know that about solo cups. Now you know what all those lines mean. They're actually there to help you. So keep that in mind when you're using your solo cup. So obviously this is not one standard drink of liquor or beer. This girl is drinking a pretty good fishbowl, probably filled with a margarita. So this is a good opportunity to talk about when you're going out to bars and you're ordering mixed drinks. So aside from the solo cup, when you're drinking mixed drinks out at a bar, you don't really know how much liquor they're putting in them. You might order a margarita or a martini or something, but you don't know exactly how many shots they're putting inside that mixed drink. So we just want you to remember that. You can tell your bartender how many shots that you want of a certain thing. If you're not comfortable with that, just know that when you are ordering that mixed drink, that it might not have the amount that you want in it. So just be aware when you're doing that, you might want to choose to have less margaritas than you normally would because you don't know how much you're getting with that. So when you're going out to order a mixed drink at the bar or a Mexican restaurant or wherever you're going, please remember that.